capital is more important than making money. And you want to watch your trade, you also want to protect your downside at the same time.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to another edition of AmericanDreamTrading.com's live futures education and training program. This is an outreach of AmericanDreamTrading.com, which was created by, formed by, incorporated by, ran by Chad Christian, who we affectionately call Coach. Why do we call him Coach? Well, you already know the answer why. Because he coaches us through the muddy waters of everything investing, whether it's stocks, stock options, crypto, futures, swing trading, day trading, investment income trading, cash secured puts, covered calls, you name it. If it can be invested in, Coach educates us on how to do that. And he teaches us a skill that nobody can take away from us. And by that regard is we are not a call out group. We are an education and training company. We want to give you the skills so that you can make your own decisions to get in and out of a trade at the best possible places. So we're glad you could be here today. Again, my name is Mark McSee. I'm one of the training moderators here at American Dream Trading. And why is my camera not working? I don't have a camera. What happened to it? Well, let me see if we can get it going here. Technical difficulties. It has nothing to do with my system. My camera, I didn't notice, wasn't loaded. Let me find the right button here. Whatever one of these many buttons that I have here that runs all this show. And there it is there. Let me see. Excuse me for a minute. Well, didn't load up for some reason. Let me flip screens here back and forth real quick. Nope. Hello, camera. Lights on, but nobody's home. Oh, well. We'll worry about that later. You know what I look like. Anyway, TikTok can't see it anyway. By the way, TikTok, for those of you who are watching on TikTok, if you want the full screen view of my monitor here, I would highly suggest that you go over to our YouTube channel, American Dream Trading. There you'll find over 2,000 free training videos that you can watch at your leisure. And they're all totally free. And you'll also get the full screen view to everything that goes on here during our live broadcast. Why I sit here and try to figure out why my camera didn't kick on. I didn't notice it when I was loading up. So I'll play around here for a little bit, but I don't know if I can be able to get it on without unplugging my camera, which I could do that real quick. I can figure out which one of the many cords that's plugged into my computer it is, but I ain't going to worry about it. You know what I look like, so you won't just see my ugly mug today. That's all. Probably be a better view anyway. I do have a face for radio. What you do see here on my screen is my TradingView charting software, which I also use to trade with, as I'm able to link my broker, which I use Webull. Not endorsing Webull in any way. It's just what I use. If you have a broker you like, there's no reason to change. This is just what I use. And many of our members also use it. But I love this charting software, TradingView. You can go to tradingview.com and look at it yourself. It is a subscription-based chart. They have different levels that you can sign up for at your leisure. It's not a requirement. You can use your own broker software. I just love using this. I think it's visually pretty, visually appealing, and there's a lot of things you can do with it. There's all kinds of indicators. There's all kinds of things you can do. It's a very in-depth piece of software. And it works on the desktop, it works on your cell phones, it works on tablets, and it works on both operating systems, both Windows and iOS. Well, check it out if that interests you. Again, TikTok, all you can see is a small portion of my screen because I just have my iPad pointed at it as I have technical difficulties, which I received in the mail today. Hopefully we'll resolve that issue in the very near future. I'm trying to click on my camera here. That's what I'm going to do. Let me click off that. All right, let me click back on that. And let me click OK. And let me see. Well, I got the space back, but I don't have, the camera is not on. Let me go over here. I got part of the problem back. Let me go here and see if we can kick this on over here while I'm looking at it. Turn that off. Let me see what we're doing here. There's so many settings on this thing. I'm trying to work through it here. On. Adjustments, go here, let's kick this off, turn it back on, and I see some light there. That's it or not. Let me change my exposure here a little bit just to see. Nope, hope my camera didn't die. It's lit up, but it ain't working. Change this button here, see what that does. Nada. That doesn't do anything either. Oh well, it'll be what it'll be. May have to restart my computer, and I'm not about to do that right now. We'll just go without. Anywho, glad you could be here. Let me get a drink here real quick. Been talking since 4 o'clock this morning, so getting a little dry. A little bit of dust going on there. So anyway, this is my trading view thing here, and we do talk about futures during these 2 hours. I will answer just about any question you want, and if you'll type it into your social media chat. And I see we have some questions from Joey already. And you're right, J-Dog, the show must go on. There we go. That's it. So the show will go on without my ugly mug on it. So today will probably be the top watch day of all times. How's that? So I thought I'd be able to switch camera views here and it would kick it on. Let me try one more clickety click. There. And then click OK. Click lock. Nope. I may have to unplug the camera and plug it back in. I ain't gonna mess with it right now. I have all them cables back there and I don't have a single one of them tagged with what they are. So I'm gonna have to get the old labeler out and start tagging these things. So when this happens again, I know which one it is. Just haven't done it because I'm lazy. All right, here we go. Joey, he wants to start the day off talking about stocks. Well, Joey, this is about futures, but I will do that for you just because I like you so much. Let's bring up this stock chart. Why am I going to do this for you? Because even though this is a futures training and education program, because everything that happens in stocks, as far as charting and everything, does apply to futures also. Everything Coach teaches, all his trading principles, all apply to trading futures. I'll bring up the L2 here. What he wants to know, Joey wants to know, hey, what's the support on NVAX, please? NVAX. Well, I can see it's in a downward trend right now, right? Today's low was where it was at just a second ago, $7.04, right? We got a regression channel there. So I don't have this charted out, Joey. Let me show you how to chart something real quick in about 30 seconds. Well, look, I have traded this stock before. Look at that. I thought it sounded familiar, but look at that. I got lines on this chart already. Imagine that. That must mean I traded it at one time. And I'm sure I did. Was probably in the pre-market around 4 a.m. one in the morning. So what I want to do is get over here. Let me spread this out a little bit, get a little bit better view here on so what I want to do when I want to get some quick levels, I will go over here and spread a little bit too far here. Let's see where we're at here. So we're currently up here, right? So I got we're down here. Got a line there. Let me pop a line there. Let me pop a line up here at VWAP. I already have one there. There's a level there. There's a good solid level there. We're kind of in a gap right here, so I don't have any information. Let me look back here. Bam, there's a line there. Do I have anything else? I got a minor level there. And I have some right in here. All right, now I can go back to my chart. We'll go back to a 2-minute. Let me reset my chart view here. So now, because I know how to chart anything, a chart is a chart is a chart. Now look at the lines that I have on my chart that I can make points of decision. Okay, so now As it goes up and down, I can make a decision. Do I want to stay in this trade or do I want to get out? This is the exact same thing we do trading futures. We chart out our charts and have points of decision to make. We can see it was a low 704 where it bounced. Now I can look over here at my L2 order book, which you can't see, Joey, because you're on TikTok and you don't have my full screen view, but I will tell you what I see. I currently see a strong support level at the $7 mark. And wouldn't you know it, I just drew a line on my chart without looking at that, and I drew a line right at $6.99. I was only off a penny. A penny! How good is that? All right, which makes sense. Anyway, that is a whole number. If nothing else, that's a psychological level. So right now, my strongest support to the downside is $7, which that's the whole 10 cents away from right now. So anything below that, you might be getting in trouble. So if you're shorting this to the downside, which I doubt you are, you probably can't. By the way you asked the question, you probably aren't. So you're wondering, well, when is it maybe going to bounce? Well, you're at a historical level right now by that line I just drew on there at that 709-ish level. Might as well call it 710, close enough. So that's how you do that. Learn how to chart and you'll be able to know where your levels of support are at. Probably the strongest one for it to come down to right now is 705, which is halfway between these two right there, right? And that's basically where this bottom of this candle's at. So people are looking to enter in at 705, and if they don't there, they may wait till $7 to get in, which would drop your price even more. Right now, the volume is very low. What do we know? Let's see here. Let me change this over here. So let me see, find some stats for you on this if you don't already know. All right. Let's see, its average volume is 8.3 million, so it trades pretty heavily every day on average. And the current volume is only 6.25 million, so it's a little lower than normal, but pretty good actually. 52-week lows $5, so you ain't got to worry about that. So the volume's about average. It's a little lower. It's about 1 million lower than a normal day. The day's not over yet. It did reach a high of 771 today. So right now, you're at the low of the day, and if you got in this earlier today, it ain't looking too good for you for the rest of the day right now. But if you're buying and holding, you're not going to worry about what happens on any particular given day if you're buying for low. What's the low if it goes past 7? Look at my chart here, Joey. I just charted it out for you. 690, 682, 678, 672, 666. Oh, that's not a good number. 659 on down. Put your chart on a 4-hour chart. Find out where you can see how I did that, right? Just go on a 4-hour chart. This will get you some really quick levels, right? What you're looking for is where are these, you can look and see where the top of the hills are at, right? So I can pop a line there. Where's the lows at? I can draw a line there, right? You want to see where it hits, 3 or 4 times. You just scroll back until you get all the information that you need. Today's numbers may not be there that you're looking for, so you have to scroll back on your chart. Look at the history. And I just like to do it on a 4-hour chart. I can pop me a bunch of lines on there in under 30 seconds, switch back to my chart, and get right back into the ball game, right? And I learned that by being in the pre-market as part of his coach's training at AmericanDreamTrading.com. You too can do that also. So that's a quick down and dirty in 30 seconds or less how to do a chart to get some quick information so that you can make a better decision. I may offer a suggestion. You should not trade anything unless you have it charted out, because that's like driving from Florida to Alaska without a map. You know the general direction to head northwest, right? But there's a lot of curves and everything between Florida and Alaska. So it's best to have a map to get there, right? If you want to get there in the right place. You drive 10 miles too far south and you're going to end up in California, right? If you drive 10 miles too north to start out with, then you're going to end up in Canada, right? So it's best to have a road map ahead of time before you leave the station. That way you know, right? That way you ain't asking some random dude on the internet, hey, Mark, right? Again, I'm more than happy to help. Everything I just showed you, we do every day trading futures. The same principles apply. We make our same decisions on trading based on what I just showed you how to do that, right? And this is a downward play. the odds are it's not going to be going back up anytime soon today. So if you're hopium, if you're trading on hopium, well, you go right ahead. But I wouldn't have much hopium for that going back up to where it was at today, depending on what time you got into trade. So anyway, but the nice thing is it is a stock, right? So you now own equity in that company. So you can hold on to that for the next 6 years if that's what you want to do. Now, why did it drop? That's the other thing. Let's see. And I read this news the other day anyway, so just now refreshing my memory. They put bigger restrictions on COVID vaccines in the U.S. For healthy people. So they can't just jab you in the arm like they used to first time around. They've set new guidelines up, one of them being you should have some sort of ailment, right? So, and if you look at the stats, that's what the news was. And that was perceived as being bad news. But again, it'll shake out, right? It's a news event that caused the stock to drop. That'll eventually go away. Now, is Nvax the biggest one? Novavax, yeah, they're in the playing field. There's bigger players, but hopefully that answered your question. All right, so as you see, we just talked about stocks, but there's nothing different that I talked about that we don't do when we're trading futures. The same principles apply. It's just a different type of investment vehicle, and that's all there is to it. And that's why I will answer those questions. So. All right, who else we got in there? We got the Rogue Ranger. Thank you for that happy birthday wish. Today's my 63rd birthday. So I'm getting ready as soon as I'm done with you guys. My wife's taking me out and getting a big old fat juicy steak today. So JP, you got your hand up. Got a question? Comment.
Hey, Mark. Yeah, from my paper account financial, thank you for your training that you just gave us. The looking at GDX, somebody that's looking at stocks, looking at GDX alongside the futures forward slash, is it GC for gold?
GC is gold, yes.
Yeah, same thing. Did you ever have GDX up on your lines on
I've
your
had it up
pens?
before, yeah. It's that ETF.
Okay. So if that person wants to know someday, a lot of these, like Mark said, we're looking at the futures in relationship to other stocks like SPY in relationship to ES and the Qs in relationship to forward slash NQ, and maybe you already know that.
Yep.
My bigger question is a real world example. Today, in the last couple of days, I take $800, I run it up to about 1,300 so I can pay some bills and rent and stuff. And if I was in the futures and I had my Webull account and it's allowing me to trade futures, am I seeing this correctly? Today, I could have worked with probably ES alone, and that 800 would have been a little bit more than just $1,300 if I'd have handled it correctly and my correct entry and exit points
Well,
for
depends
my
how many
paper trading.
contracts you went in with. If you've been with us here before we went live, here's an ES contract. All you had to do was click buy after the EWO started, a pure EWO play. This would have
Let's
been
just
your
say five.
entry. This would
To
have been
keep
your
it easy,
entry.
to
This
keep
would
it
have
easy,
been your
let's just say
exit.
4 contracts.
Okay, well, I'm going to give you the price on one contract. You can do the
Okay.
extra math. So
Yes.
one EWO play, getting in when it started, as coach teaches us, dropped 260 ticks. How much does ES pay? $12.50 a tick. That is
Yeah.
$3,250 on one contract. And you would normally do 4. Is that what you said? That
Well,
is
it'd be MES.
$13,000 you would have made on one play.
Yeah, it'd be MES. You're saying on MES that would have happened.
This is on ES. It would be $1,300 you would have made on take 1 0 off, right? So it's $1.25. 260 times $1.25 is
So I
$325 a
easily could have done.
contract times 4 is $1,300.
So I easily could have done 4 contracts, $5 a dollar if nobody wanted to count ticks. And look at that.
Yep, you would have made $1,300 on 4 contracts.
Yes, and then what's the other key thing? I'd have still been able to trade back up and back down.
Yeah, I don't know why anybody would want to fool with options, JP, just because he can. I'm just saying. Yeah. So yeah, that's how it
Thank
was a
you.
beautiful, perfect trade that somebody could have walked in today and made money on that. That one was so easy. All you had to do was click the mouse to get in, and then click to get
And
out.
there's less sweat, isn't there, Mark? What I sweated through with the SPY put and so on, and I'm done for the day because it was a cash account.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't feel good. I felt nervous. I was listening to Coach, listening to Palm, and it was a good trade, obviously, and it was good trading yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
But it seems like there's so much less pressure with the futures trading in so many ways.
Well, it's a different investment vehicle. All investments have their ups and downs, right? Their pros and cons. But micro ES. Here's the other thing. You said you had $800 on the line, basically, right?
Yeah, I could have bought $600 worth, 4
Yeah,
contracts.
yeah. 4 contracts would have been $588. You'd also had less money at risk to make that same $1,300. There you go.
Woohoo! Thank you, teacher Mark.
Yes, sir. Right. Now, this was a great trade. These things don't happen this easily every day, but when you're present and available and watching your charting and what's going on around you, that's how easy it is to make money on that. One click in, one click out, $1,300 on 4 contracts. Thank you very much. And all you had to do was have a $600 margin account. You could have made $1,300. You could have doubled your money that you had in your account. So,
Yeah, and realistically, with targeted trading on the 2-minute EWO, looking at some of the indicators, still would have been over 1,300 just making little targeted trades in the safer margins.
yep. That's just one of the EWOs today. There was multiple of them. So there was plenty of opportunities. We traded them live today in our paid members trading. We walked through an EWO live, including this one as it happened. And our members made money. Those who were new were paper trading, and they made money in their paper trading accounts. And those who have real money made money in their real accounts. Did we not paid members who have access to a live open mic as part of the benefits of their paid membership? Who made money
Hell
today?
yeah, we did. It was great. Still great. Still
Yes.
happening.
I guess CMAC was the only one that made money on that today. I'm sorry.
Sorry,
Because
guys.
it's the
Sir, I
only
did as
one.
well.
There you go.
I did too. $1,000.
All right. There we go.
Woo!
$1,000, just like that, just for showing up. And that took a total of what time did that start?
20 minutes.
Yep, 13:04, 13:28. 20 minutes, 24 minutes, whatever, right? 20 minutes to make $1,300. Do you make, let's just say it took 30 minutes, right? Do you make $2,600 an hour anywhere? You made 1,300. You could have made 1,300 in a half an hour, right? What job pays you that? And guess how we learn to do that? Everything here at American Dream Trading by listening to the sound of Coach's voice and his training and applying his training and his investment strategies to our everyday real trades, right? That's how we do it. Speaking of AmericanDreamTrading.com, you can go there, grab our free Discord that we have over there, and you can interact immediately with inside our one stock lounge for free. Interact with other members of American Dream Trading. You can ask questions, discuss trades. There's also some educational materials such as videos and documents that you can peruse through that aren't available for free outside of the Discord, because we do have 2,000 free training views on our YouTube channel, American Dream Trading. There's also discounts. There's all kinds of things you can do. Obviously, you're not going to see all the channels because you're a free member. Paid membership has its privileges and opens up the channels based on your membership level. Matter of fact, speaking of diamond memberships, Coach has it on. Did he say, I didn't get to hear him live today? Did he give a definite date by any chance for those who are listening on when the diamonds are over with? I'm going to guess it's this week, but I don't know that. Anyway, it's a $20,000 membership that he has special promo discounting on is $5,000. One-time payment, never ever pay again. That includes all of our lifetime memberships included in a one package. It also includes gold breakout rooms, mentorship, workshop, classes, and more. You can go to our website and see everything that's in each individual membership. The Diamond membership includes everything that you will see on our website, all into one package. Again, this is going back up to 20,000 here, whenever, this week or next week. I don't know exactly the date on it, but he's saying last chance now. So last chance usually means last chance. In fact, people were snagging them up left and right today during Coach's live broadcast, which I was not in because I was in our own paid members live training and trading session, which we start here at the Futures at 8:30 in the morning. That's just our live training and trading. We can trade 23 hours a day, Monday through Friday, Sunday night through Friday. So we also have that also. So we have I can see right now, just by looking at who's in here that I'm aware of, we have 2 brand new Diamond members in here today. And I don't know if anybody else, I see F2, Dave's got a Diamond membership. Anybody else in here today have their own new Diamond membership for the first time?
I do.
Who's I do?
Fidel.
Fidel. Congratulations, Fidel.
Thank you.
All right. Great. Did that open up the doors? Have you been in our futures room before?
No.
There you go. That's what that membership instantly unlocked for him today. So he's got access to anywhere of ADT has. All the memberships that we've ever have, all the educational and training and different special training rooms that we have here to focus on. I mean, coach, you get mentorship with a coach once a week for an hour in a small group setting. That's $500 a month / $600 a year, $6,000 a year. I mean, well, he's giving away the Diamond membership for $5,000. And then you're just talking about one standalone a la carte program with coach. So, the lifetime membership on the Gold Completes, $8,000. The crypto and the futures lifetimes are $4,000 each. The premium is $750 for a lifetime. That's our entry level. So you can see right there that $5,000 more pays for one of those memberships. With that, you get all of them right off the bat. And that's just some of the ones I rattled off my head. We also have all those a la carte programs and things you can get into that you can buy separately. Those are also included in that membership. So I don't know what you're waiting on. What you see here every day is just the tip of the iceberg. I guarantee you when you come in here, your brain will melt on the overwhelming information available to you. Fidel, what levels of membership did you have before getting the Diamond? If you don't mind me asking, putting you on the spot. What were you before you were a Diamond member?
I was a VIP for 2 years.
Okay, VIP or VIP Gold?
VIP Gold for 2 years. I was in the group with you guys in the morning at 4 in the morning.
There you go. Is the VIP Gold membership alone worth the cost of admission?
Man, it is yes, because you get all the training that you need for this is a college degree that you're paying for.
Basically, of information, right?
Information.
Yeah, there's not an actual degree, but yes, I would go as far as to say it's more like a master's degree's worth of information. Right?
It is.
Yeah, so there's a real member who's been a VIP Gold member for 2 years. And our VIP Gold program is the top level tier, gives you the most training in a day, gets you up to 12 hours of live training and trading. We start at 4 a.m. in the morning, training and trading, and it goes clear through 4 p.m. every single day, Monday through Friday, plus training on Saturdays with David, one of our moderators who does Saturday classes, teaches anything. You can ask any question you want, and he'll deep dive into that and more. So check it out, AmericanDreamTrading.com, before that $5,000 membership goes away. I kind of gave you an overview of what the other ones were. Now, and I get it, that's steep for a lot of people, right, to fork out that kind of money. All of our memberships, individual memberships, have an annual, semi-annual, quarterly, and monthly payment options if you'd rather go that way. But what you will find is the average annual cost for those, or let's say $2,500 a year. So those basically a 2 years worth of memberships, and we'll be done with it if you want to look at it that way. Actually, the Gold Complete is a lot more than that. It's what, $500 a month, $600 a month, something like that. You remember what you were paying, Fidel?
Yep.
Of course, you probably paid lifetime. So anyhow, it's quite the value for the money. Gets you the most education. Diamond gets you access to everything. It's the kitchen sink of our membership programs. And it also includes anything that's created in the future. And we are about to release some new products and membership levels, and that's automatically included within that diamond package. So that's a great thing about it. Has a $50,000 value in memberships if you buy everything separately. Coach's normal price on it is $20,000, so he does give a discount that way, but he has it deep discounted down for just this promotional period for $5,000 each, which is about to go away. Hey, J Dog, happy birthday there, buddy. You said we both have the same day, so happy birthday to you. Over there on our YouTube Live, J Dog is actually one of our free members inside the Discord who's slowly working his way to getting a regular membership sometime here in the future. But in the meantime, he can go in there into Stock Lounge. You can talk to people in there, can't you, J Dog? You can ask questions, and there's videos and stuff in there. And I know you've looked at those already by now, but it's all there. It's real, and it's totally free. You know, and if you don't want to be there anymore, it only takes one click to leave the Discord permanently and be gone forever if that's what you want to do. So, anyway, good. All right. Valentine, hey, AT, I just got home and I see Bitcoin plummeted. Well, why did it plummet? Because it hit a brand new high, right? People took profits. Got all the way up there. I wasn't trading Bitcoin today, but we had members that were, and they did very well bigly. Not only did they do bigly going up, they played it going down. Why is that? Because Coach educates us on how to make money when the markets go up. He educates us on how to make money when the markets go down. And he even teaches us how to make money when the market goes sideways. So Bitcoin at an all new time high today, 109,888 and 11 cents. And has since pulled back to the 106, 107 level. So yes, it was a nice run up. Had a lot going on there. It's been going up. It's been testing new levels here the last few days. It was at the 107 level, 106 level, and it just stair-stepped its way up to the big jump up to the 109 level, almost 110, for pulling back to the 107-ish area. A lot of money be made up. A lot of money was made going down. Right, Don? One of our co-hosts, and I know was one of the people trading that today. There was money to be made going up and down. So there you go. And there was other members involved. I didn't trade it personally. I don't usually trade Bitcoin stuff. I have. I just don't. Not one of my normal things that I have in my rotation for trading. So, all right. What other questions we have? All right. Well, we'll take a look, walk around the block. Is there anything worth trading here right now or not? Well, let's take a look, see, and find out. There's the Russell, which I traded earlier. We traded together as a group on the way down this time. Talked our way down what we were doing. Again, never said when to get in or get out, but we discussed the trade live while it was happening, why it was going straight down in this EWO. You know, what kind of levels were people seeing? Is there any reason to get out of the trade? What is their exit strategy to exit this trade? So that people already had that in their mind's eye of what they were going to do when it happened. And that's each individual person has to decide that on their own. We do not tell people when to buy, nor do we tell people when to sell, because neither I or anyone else associated with AmericanDreamTrading.com or licensed financial advisors. And as such, we can never give you investment, financial, or tax advice. Do your own research. Anything you hear come out of my pie hole during these lives or that you see on my screen is for educational purposes only. And there we go. I just made 10 lawyers very happy by saying their disclaimer they like us to say. So anyway, there you go. Well, let's see. Do I want to get in this trade for the Russell? Well, if it can break and hold above this 9 in this critical level here, this historical level, I will consider it. And I've got to watch my barriers up, which are little mini double tops here, which also I have the 55. I have a regression channel. Then I have some more levels. And then my VWAP and 200 are way up there. So I don't even care about them at the moment. I will once if it goes back up that high again. Nothing says it will, right? So if this can break and hold above this level, if I get one more candle stacked on the shoulder of the other, I'll consider entering it. Now, The thing that might limit my upside is that I don't have a line here, but I can see it visually. I'll put one there so you can see it too. Is there's this little mini top where it started to go up and then it pulled back. So that's a minor level. It's not real strong, but it is there. You have to respect it. It may very well stop at that level again. But if I can get a break and hold candle here, I can enter that to the upside. If it falls apart, then I won't worry about it. And again, there's some other little minor levels here. See how these candles here topped out? It may be pausing right there. See how these two stopped right here, but yet these ones stopped going up. These stopped going down. These stopped going up at the same level, which is about where the wick is at on this candle, just a little bit up from right there. And that's why I did not enter this trade. It did not break and hold. In other words, the hold candle is your confirmation candle to the upside. It collapsed. And if I had to enter too early, I would now be in a losing trade. Right? You see me demonstrate that in real time. Let's look at the S&P 500. How does this look? Kind of the same ballpark picture here, right? They kind of mirror each other a little bit. So here is a critical level. It broke, but it did not hold above it. Now it's pulled back. Same story. So we'll wait on that one. And let's look at, I got two Russells here. Let me get NQ, which will look pretty much like the S&P 500. It has been all day. And there we go. So this was a previous entry level. I can get rid of this, or did I lock that line? Yeah, this is the one we was demonstrating a technique earlier today. I want to erase that off of there, but that was a good level. Same thing, same story here. I need a break and hold above the 9 and this level right here. So I don't have a line on right there. See how these topped out right there? So it's got, you can see this candle wick through it a little bit. So if I can get a break and hold here, I can also play this to the upside. Now I don't have as far my VWAP into 200 or closer, but I can still make a few bucks between here and there if it happens to break through. I do have a little minor level there I'll have to pay attention to. So everything that it fights on the way down, it has to fight again when it goes back up, if it does go back up. And like the other two examples we looked at, this one collapsed also, right there, same thing. There's the Russell, same thing, it collapsed on that strong level. So we'll wait. Can I trade it to the downside? I most certainly can, because all my indicators are behind me. Well, when I trade it to the downside? Well, when it breaks and hold below the 9, I may consider it. But I got to look at the big picture. What do I have that might stop me from making money? Well, right here, you can see how these candles stopped here. I'll draw a line so you can see it online. So, you know, I could get in here on a break and hold, which would really be at that line by the time it forms. So I might as well just wait and see what happens if it's going to break and hold below that level. If not, it could very well bounce off this double bottom, which statistically it will do. Doesn't mean it does it every time. So I expect it. I'm not surprised when it does bounce off that bottom bounce. So right now we're in waiting mode as far as entering a trade. What about oil? I didn't look at energy. Let's see what oil's doing. Oil really dropped drastically today. We had some members in these EWOs just killing it, making all kinds of money. They had a dropped all day long. There was a bigger drop that's peaked up and then plummeted more. And it's gyrated its way even lower as we speak, down to that 61.58-ish level. Thank you for that follow there, Whiskey Solo, and the rest of you who have shared and followed today. Appreciate you all being here. All right, we got any questions over on the YouTube live chat? Let's see. J Dog said he's going to get his mom a house out there in Hawaii. Once he gets done with it, he's very confident in what he's learning. He'll be able to accomplish that goal. And wishing everybody well there. J Dog and I apparently have the same birth date. And he's planning, his goal is to get the Diamond membership. It's a shame you can't get it now at the 5,000 before it goes back to 20, but it is what it is, right? We're all in our different parts of walks of life. No shame because you can't afford something. Someday you'll be able to. Thank you, Keither, for that. And it's also directed at J Dog. Birthday wishes from Keither. Appreciate the kind words. So thank you for that. All right, let's look and see. Oil, would I trade oil? I don't like trading oil this time of the day because of the lower volume. volume really drops off. It's not that you can't, it's just really, really slow. All the volume is going into the indices, going into Bitcoin. That trades 24/7, right? It never sleeps. So there's always volume going into Bitcoin. So we'll stay with our favorites over here. Could be the S&P, could be the NASDAQ, could be the Russell. Don't know. We'll see what happens here. I'll get these all lined up together so I have all my ducks in a row. There's the NASDAQ, still has not broke above that critical level, historical level. Same way with the SES, which is your S&P 500, right? Or SPY if you're familiar with the stock world. And then you have the Russell, which its equivalent in the stock option world is IWM. So there you go. All of them are at a tough support resistance level as we speak. One breaks through, they'll probably all break through because they tend to mirror each other. Not so much the Russell, but NASDAQ and the ES generally will follow each other, even though they're two totally different funds, ETFs or futures. S&P 500 is 500 top stocks, where the NASDAQ 100 is pretty much tech related, your tech stock. It's not 100% tech, but basically you might as well just say that's what it is. It's such heavily weighted that way. All your big tech companies are in the NASDAQ. Very heavily traded. Get a sippy here of my coffee. Give me a little caffeine boost. I'm starting to wear down, getting sleepy. I plan on going out and having a big old fat juicy steak and a fully bloated baked potato, some corn chowder soup to go along with it. Right after I'm done talking to you, wife's going to take me out for my birthday dinner today. So
don't forget the bacon on that baked potato.
Yeah, I can't remember if they do that or not. It's a local establishment. It's not one of the big chains, and their stuff's actually better. Obviously, they don't have 50 different cuts of steak, but what they do have is top notch. I can't remember if that has it on there.
Mark, Wendy's always has the bacon on there. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, okay. That may be where she's taking me. She didn't really say. I just assume that's where we're going. Yeah, we might be going to get a Wendy's hamburger. She'll say, there's your steak. Have at it. Start chewing. Amorcita says, it looks like ES and NQ move the same, right? Generally, yeah. They're two totally different futures with two totally different types of weighting, because NASDAQ's more weighted to the tech sector. But yeah, they generally do mirror each other to a certain extent. Not always, because, if the tech companies come out with their tech earnings, their companies, say Microsoft or Apple or whatever, if they come out with their earnings, it will drive more the NASDAQ than the ES. However, because the S&P 500 is so huge, it generally will react the same. If they see the NASDAQ going down, they'll sell off too, and vice versa. Rising water raises all ships, right? They're in the same type of indices, so they're the same sector, trading sector, so they tend to go up and down. Even the Russell, which is your small caps, they tend to kind of follow, but not quite as tightly. And a matter of fact, it'll dance to its own drummer just because it is a small cap. They're very sensitive to interest rate changes. So they want to see lower interest rate because they are smaller companies and they are dependent on the banks to help keep them funded and keep the lights on. Anybody that's ever worked for a small company or owns a small company, there's a lot of challenges, and sometimes you have to go to banks for lines of credit to keep operating. And banks will issue those line of credits as long as they deem you to be a viable company with reliable earnings, right? Reliable income and revenue. So, all right. So for those you came late, for those on TikTok, if you want to see the full screen view, go over to our YouTube channel, AmericanDreamTrading.com. Doug has been so kind. Doug is one of our moderators over here at the Futures. We have 4 full-time moderators over here in our Futures membership for our paid members. And everybody's around at different times. So if I need to take a break, I know one of the others will be there, and vice versa. When they want to take a break, they know we'll be around. So that's how it works. We work pretty good. We got a very good team over here of trainers and members that are willing to learn, and we're very supportive of each other. And we truly want to see each other succeed. We celebrate the $5 wins, and we celebrate the $5,000 wins. We celebrate the $50,000. and we'll celebrate to 5 million if it ever happens, and it will eventually, right? So it's not about the dollar signs, it's about the growth of your account, and you do that by percentage gain. So Doug, one of our moderators, as I said, has been kind enough over on our YouTube live feed to put clickable links for all our promos. Okay. If you're not in a position today to grab one of those, you can also go to our website, and you can get memberships on a monthly basis if you so desire. The other thing in there is we are giving away $1,000 of free cold hard cash here at AmericanDreamTrading.com. Coach has put up $1,000 of his own money to do this, and at the end of the month, I believe, is the drawing. I'm not quote me on that. I think it's the end of the month. Keep forgetting to go look and see if there is a date on that when it ends. I know it used to have a countdown X amount of days, but it's been a long time since I've looked at it. But anyway, that $1,000 giveaway is ran by that Gleam software on our website, and because you're visiting here today, even if this is the first time, you're eligible to participate in that drawing for that free $1,000 cold hard cash. Right? As a matter of fact, even our paid members and moderators, such as myself, are eligible to enter that drawing. And why is that? That sounds pretty shady, Mark. Why can you get it? You're working for American Dream Trading. Well, the reason is because it's a totally random drawing. No one at American Dream Trading or anyone associated with American Dream Trading will be picking the winner. It was done by that Gleam software automatically. When Coach says, okay, we're done with this drawing, pick a winner, and it picks somebody totally at random. And this could be your very first time being here today and you never come back, but you can still win. The only caveat is you must be a resident of the United States of America. Those living outside the United States are not eligible to participate or win due to shipping money out of the country regulations. So we are not set up for that. But that's totally free. Jump in on it. You can go over to YouTube channel, American Dream Trading, or you can also find that same information in our free Discord. That can get you up to 10 entries the first day, and every day after that, you can go back there and get one additional entry daily. So your odds of winning this are extremely high compared to winning the lottery. So good luck to you. All right, what else we got going on here? I don't see any more questions. You guys are pretty quiet on your questions today. Doug said the drawing is taking place at the end of May. So grab them memberships. Might as well get them now when they're on a deep discount, especially that diamond. I don't know what you're waiting on, but grab it. It's time to pull the trigger. There's no time like the present. Once that 5,000 goes away, it will not return. The lifetimes are being done with as a product as a whole anyway, all of them. Even a lifetime premium, lifetime VIP, VIP gold, and futures and crypto. But with that diamond, you got a lifetime membership and everything. So don't cry once it's gone. And I guarantee you we'll have paid members in here, come in here the following Monday after Coach closes. Oh, Coach, I was thinking about buying it and I forgot. Can I still get it? You know what Coach is going to say? What do you think Coach is going to say? Nope. Too bad. You had plenty of time. Oh, come on, Coach. Nope. And he will do that because he's the business owner, right? He set some parameters, and once the parameters are met, that's the end. The doors are closed, and we go home for the day, right? So, right. What else we have? Doug's doing some typing in there for us. All right, let's look at some more trades here, see what's available, if anything. Has anything changed? RTY is trying to break the other way. If it can break and hold below this current level I have on my chart, I will consider entering this trade. Let's look at ES. It's probably doing the same thing. Yes, it is. It's pulling, and we could have entered on this break and hold below the 9, but I got a critical level here. We might as well wait for that to break through. It'd be a much safer trade. Well, Mark, I'm going to give up money. You're right, you will, but it's also a much safer trade. Them few dollars you give up may save you hundreds when it pulls back on you. Trust me, you'll thank me later. right? You can pay me now or you can pay me later. What's that commercial from? Anybody know? You can pay me now or you can pay us later. There you go. It was a oil filter company. And guys was too slow. You pop these little random things out and you got to get on them. Anyway, that was a commercial. Anyway, so ES waiting for cross the critical line there. NQ waiting for it to cross the critical line there. And RTY, the Russell indices, also waiting on it to cross this critical support level. Until that happens to the downside, I'm not touching it. And I'm not going to touch it to the upside unless it breaks and holds above that leather line here on RTY, above the 9. So I'm waiting for a breakdown this way or a break up that way from this line or that line.
Scott says Fram oil filter.
There you go. Ding, 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 ding. Yay. There you go. That was their motto. You can pay us now by buying our good filters, or you can pay us later because you didn't change your filter and you got a cheap one and it burned up your motors. So same way here. I'm waiting on the exact same entry criteria on all 3 of these trades right now. Right now it's just sitting there, taking a nap. So we'll just sit here and wait it out. How's that? Oh, boy, sleepy. What questions do we have from anybody, including paid members? No? Nope. We're going to wait around.
Mark, would you take a trade off the bounce of MES or RT right now? Or
I most certainly would. However, if it was going to bounce, it would have already done it, right? It's going to do it as it comes down, right? For something to bounce, it has to come up from above, right? This is coming
right,
from
but it's
sideways,
hitting it right
right?
now. Yeah.
Yes, it's coming from sideways. So you know, the less you move, the less of a bounce you're going to have, right? That's just pure physics. Applies to stock market trading also. Now, what can happen? More likely will happen because you see how like the Russell here, the 9 is squeezing this line. It's really smacking it in there. So more likely will force it to the downward trend. But we don't know that as a fact, right? A lot of orders can come in and go the other way.
Is that because there's not a lot of like momentum or whatever to bounce it back up?
Yes,
it's just kind of dragging slowly downward.
It's that horse has already left the stable, right? It came down here and consolidated. It did bounce once, come down. Now it's just kind of sat here for 3 candles, so that's not going to be really of a bounce. It's not saying people can't come in and throw a bunch of orders in, but there was no bounce. It just kind of went down here and splatted, right? Wasn't much bounce.
So the calls on support type of thing isn't for this situation, like
I mean, that's still a good strategy, but right now, it just kind of got down there and died. Volume died out. It's not being heavily traded, right? So unless you see a reaction within the first candle, either the candle that touches it like this one, right? It didn't really bounce up. It was the next candle that went boing, and you see how it bounced up and then come back up. Now it's retesting it again. It bounced on that next candle, went up, come down here. There's 1 candle, 2 candle, 3 candles. So it's probably not going to have a bounce. Consolidates. Now,
sometimes they get in on those, and I think that's probably, but you know, I don't really pause to think about the momentum. Like it's been really slow the last 30 minutes. So
correct.
There's not a lot of people willing to jump back in, I guess.
Correct. Yeah, it's the end of the day, right? Day's about over. We only got really an hour and 4 minutes left in the day, trading day, right? Technically, yes, you can trade these till 5, but you know, all intents and purposes, the market, New York Stock Exchange stops at 4. You can trade the SPY option contracts or the Russells, IWM, and those till 4:15. But all intents and purposes, the shouting's over with for the day, right? Till power hour, which starts in 4 minutes. The end of the day, right? People may get a little crazy around here with very high. Now, have I broken hell below my critical line? Yes, there's my break. There's my hold. I actually even have an extra candle in there now. Got it a little late.
So I was going to ask you on that. Are you looking for that break and hold? Does the wick count on that first candle way to the left?
Or I'd rather see bodies come through, not wicks for the break.
Okay.
Because wicks are just something that happened. You know, you don't know if it was sitting there for 2 minutes or 2 seconds, right?
Right.
If you just happen to walk in and not see it. Right now, I'm up $150 on this trade to the downside, 300 to the downside. Right, so now I'm going to kind of look over here at my L2, which I already have up. I have some walls down here that might act as a magnet down at the 53s, which is down here at the high 53s, which is about, it's about a point off right now. So it indicates it may want to come down here as long as people don't start throwing orders in. And it's still 53.9876. I'd like to see a 52 at the bottom of my L2 here on the bid side to show that it wants to continue to pull, and I'm not seeing that. It's holding pretty steady. So at this very moment, it's not going to pull. Now that can change by somebody throwing in some big orders. It creates like a magnet and wants to pull it downward. Hasn't happened yet. Well, there's some 54s. It's a little higher. Price is actually going up on me. That's not good for this trade, right? I could have locked in my profits there. Again, this is a paper trading account. It's not real money. So I'm talking and I'm looking and pointing and everything for you people, where all I would normally be doing is just moving my eye, shifting my eyes around, right? So
Mark, may I ask a question?
yes.
Okay, so being that it's 2 minutes before 3, would you advise getting into this trade and it just in general?
Would I? Well, let me ask you a question. What on Coach's rules? Does Coach have a rule about this?
About 3 o'clock, the power hour. Oh, stay out of it.
Okay. Why is that?
Well, I think because people are, they're either liquidating or they're buying low,
Yep. So it's very more the volatility increases.
Too volatile.
Especially between 3:30 and 4. Even the last 10 minutes is really bad, right? First half hour and the last hour of the day, Coach even says in his rules video, he doesn't even trade during power hour. And he's a master scalper, right? He can trade anything. And I'm sure if he did it, would make money, but he doesn't do it because of that. Why? What you had all day? You had 8 hours you could have traded. Why are you so much worried about the last hour, right? So why put your account at risk trading during one of the most high risk hours during the trading session? And actually, it really gets more so at 3:30ish on, but that's why he tells you don't trade. There's no reason to put your account at risk for this one brief moment in time, right? Does there a lot of move up and down? There can be. We've seen it, right? And there can be a lot of up and down, which will rip your face off and wreck your account. So wasn't I in this trade? What happened? Did that thing climb up and stop me out or what? I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, it just stopped.
Did it? Did I have it in there? Well, I'm getting it too late now. Oh, I see why. It stops too tight. That's why. I didn't check. I have a 25 tick stop and it's only got a 19 tick. That's why. That's why I got stopped out. I wasn't paying attention because I was talking. And this is why I don't trade my real account. Because I don't want to lose money like this. That's why you'll never see me trade real money during these free trading sessions. In fact, I don't even trade my real account when I'm in a training mode with our members, right? Sharing a screen. When I'm trading, it's not that I don't trade my real account during the day with our members, but I am laser focused on my own trade at that time. So I'm not looking around at 5 different screens trying to figure out what's going on here, right? Answering your question on TikTok and reading your question over on YouTube and so forth, the different social medias. So,
Just looking at the 2-minute mark on that last run, just below the 9, the third 2-minute coming in there, at about 2:45.
Yep.
And just following the rules on the 2-minute and saying, hang in there. That was a little $100 trade for 4 contracts on ES.
Yes, it is. I'm scalping this. This is not a EWO play. I'm doing a break of a critical level to the down. This is a pure scalp. And I would have already took my profit, but I'm talking here and I wasn't paying attention. But that's what
I was just trying to look at it from, what if you did a targeted 2-minute trade on some of these trades from the big fall? And there might have been $50 here, there might have been $50 there. If you stayed in the 2-minute, you made a little more. But that one was a targeted $100 trade on $600.
Follow coach's rules and principles. They're there for a reason. All right, what do we got on TikTok? Who's asking questions or making comments? Oh, Primo Fins. Where do I get started with all this? Prop firms? That's up to you. A lot of people take that route. A lot of people fail taking that route. If you don't know anything about trading, that's probably not your best option. They do have very strict rules you must follow, so that might be good as a new trader for that. But I would, from what I've seen of it, and we have people in here that have used them and still do. It's enticing. Oh, if I can be a successful trader and meet their specifications and follow their rules, I get to trade with their money, right? Sounds enticing, right? But it's not free. You got to pay a monthly subscription. If you break one of the rules, guess what? You got to start all over again and pay again to keep on trading that account. So, the payouts, the percentage of people that get paid out are very low because a lot of people will go in there thinking, well, I don't have any money to start trading, but I can do this and maybe be good enough to get some of their money to learn how to trade and keep some of it, right? So it's very enticing. The fact of the matter is they don't know the first thing about trading, and they go in there and they keep blowing up their account, keep paying the fee to get back in and do it again. Every time you fail, you have to repay again. You have to pay. So if you're on, like I say, a $50 a month thing, well, guess what? If you fail it, basically you got to pay the $50 or some portion thereof it over every time you fail to keep trading. And you can get 90% of the way through of all the requirements, fail, guess what happens to you? You start all over again. So there are strict rules. If you can understand what the rules are telling you and follow them strictly and be a successful trader, know what you're doing, can you make money off of them? Sure you can, just like anything else, right? But if you don't have the education and training necessary, you might as well just keep that $50 or $200 or $300 in your pocket until you learn a little bit about trading. Would be my own personal recommendation. My personal recommendation in this case do not reflect the views of AmericanDreamTrading.com, its owners or members. But yeah, it's a thing, right? I'd rather see somebody get trained up the right way and be able to trade their own money with no restrictions, right, on what to do with your money. What more is included besides the crossover EMAs and support resistance, breaks, and bounces? Well, these support lines and stuff I drew myself through the training. That doesn't automatically self-populate. However, there are, with the futures membership, these shows you all the London side. There's all kinds of things this thing shows you. I just don't have them all on right now, right? So I can go here. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff you can do, right? We rank them by stars. We have the regression channels. All this stuff is adjustable. You can put previous high, day, low, pre-market high, day, low, those type of things. EMAs. You can have bull and bear markers, crossover markers. You can also customize the colors. You can put the 9, 21, 55 on there. Adjust everything for aesthetics. You can show the New York and London and Tokyo sessions. You can have the 4 hours, put it on things for 4 hours, highs and lows, mid price, previous daily, all these different things, and much more. It's however much stuff you want on your screen. There's quite a bit I don't have on my screen just because I don't need everything, but it's there if I want to use it. That's the nice thing about it. It's fully customizable to your personal preferences. If you want to make this red into a hot green or a hot blue and the green into pink or something, whatever, you can do that. You can change it all. You can change the color of the candles, all that stuff. But that's part of included in your paid membership for every membership, other than the premium membership, which is our base. You also get the Elliott Wave Oscillator down here, which we use with Coach's 2-minute EWO strategy. Here's our star ranking. Shows you highs and lows, how strong this trade is based on 1 to 6 stars. And you can have your own little tiny watch list down here. You can type them in. So no matter what screen you're on, the ones you're following, you can see what they're doing. Volume, real live volume inputs here. It shows you the selling volume, buying volume, total volume, what the 2-minute, because I'm in a 2-minute chart, ATR is. Even if I switch to a 1 minute, what is it, right? And these things are customizable also. So there's all that and much more. You can set alerts and alarms and buzzers and all kinds of different things. So this is not a educational show about the software, but we will teach you how to do all of that. So that's included with your membership, along with all the additional training and education that we give you, starting at 4 a.m. Eastern Time through 4 p.m. Eastern Time. Go get them memberships. I don't know what you're waiting on. You've been watching for free, some of you for a long time, and that's fine if that's what you want to do. I got to do my puzzle piece right here. I hate these puzzle pieces. Ta-da! Successful. Ta-da! All right, I got TikTok that time. It didn't get me. There we go. Success. Should be good for another hour. Time we're done. So yeah, this is the tip of the iceberg of what we do here. It really is. It's not an exaggeration. I highly encourage you to grab one of those promos, and Doug has them over there listed over on our YouTube channel live chat feed with clickable links, and you can grab that entry into that $1,000 free cold hard cash that you too can sign up for at any time. So anyhow, okay. Apparently, it must be storming pretty bad outside. I thought it was. I thought I heard it. My little weather station said we had lightning strikes. So anyway, so it's all there for you, Wall Street. Let's get her today. Get it over with.
Hey, Mark, I've been out this afternoon running errands. What was the primary catalyst around 1 o'clock that drove everything wacky?
People were coming back from lunch. Now, was there news?
Swings.
I think somebody said Mr. T was talking, I believe, or having a White House Oval Office talk with a foreign dignitary also, I believe, at that time, if I'm not mistaken.
He
Didn't
forced them to
confirm it.
watch the video of them chanting to kill white people.
Yep, no names.
Sorry.
But-
Yeah,
Oh
no, I
my
said
goodness.
names. Yeah.
Yes, there was things going on there. So it was just kind of a PR thing, right? Talking about whatever. So
Okay.
so yeah, it was a news event related thing. It wasn't so much that it was a bad economic news release or any of that type of things, but it doesn't matter. News is news, right? World leaders open
Yeah.
their pie hole. Things can happen sometimes, right?
Man, this was a
And
huge
also the
drop.
bond auction went on at noon, and the 30-year bond was higher. Let me check here. I have that information.
Is anything
Noon.
happening right now? Because it's really starting to go down
No,
here.
just power hour. 30-year bond was up from 3.5 to 3.6, almost 3.7. So they're paying more on the bonds. That will cause people, if they like that higher interest rate, they will go to that. 17-week bond auction, in other words, a shorter one, was actually down a little bit. So, plus they had a Fed speaker talking in a 20-year bond auction at 1 o'clock, and it also came in higher. So if they're going to pay more for under bonds payouts, well, guess what? People are going to flee over to that to get that guaranteed money over the term of that bond. So that will pull money out of the markets, which it did. So yes, yields are, oh, look, YD over there on our YouTube said, yep, yields over 5% now. Yes, they are. Just showed that right there. And it came in at 5.104. And it was previously 4.81. So a substantial increase, which will pull money out of the markets. Now, if those went down, you would have had the opposite reaction. Everything is connected into this big blue ball we live into, the big blue marble, right? So, all right. Doug says he thinks he likes to move it to MNQ, and he's going to start following that. I agree. Wow, Doug! Holy cow! Doug's posting his P&L inside our paid members Zoom chat. Good job, Doug. Good job.
Benefits of retraining with the master scalper.
There you go. So good job, Doug.
Thank you.
It's starting more and more every day, is it not?
Yeah, it's really starting to sink in.
Good.
I had a huge problem with entry, and just been really focusing on that the last couple of weeks.
Yep, entries is key to profits, right?
You bet.
Sooner you can get into a quality trade, the more money you can make. You get in too late, then that reduces the potential that you have for profits, and you never know when it's going to dive out on you. You could get in
Yeah.
late on one candle and it dives the next, right? So,
well, and the key that I've been working on is just going in with, 2 or 3 contracts and then on a pull or a push, shedding one at a time, collecting as it goes and leaving one as a runner. If it makes it, if it doesn't, if it pulls back, then I get out before it goes red. I haven't had a single red trade in 2 days.
there you go. That's how we do it.
All right, all right, all right.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Good to hear, Doug. That's really good.
It is.
What's that?
It's exciting to see everybody with light bulbs start clicking on, right? Sometimes the light bulb ain't all that bright and it's starting to catch on to a little thing and then it really kicks on, right? And there goes your account starting to add up then.
Yeah, that really big pull. I mean, that was a $650 trade for me today.
Good job. Good job. Well,
Wow.
we did this one here. Was that in this one here?
Yeah.
We were all in and talked our way through the whole way.
I actually posted that trade sequence in the Zoom chat of how I added in and shed it off and then added in and shed it off all the way through.
Good.
So it was so people can look at it and do their own investigations. I'm going to go through and reevaluate later as well.
And write what you did, what made that a good trade in your journal, right? What did you do differently, or why was that trade a better trade? What did you see? Those type of things, right? It's not about how much money you made. It's why did you make that money, right?
No, it was the management of it that I really was trying to focus on.
Good, good. Yep. Well, make sure you journal that. That way you keep seeing that same phrase over and over. We might say, oh, well, maybe I just need to better manage my trades, right?
Mm-hmm.
So,
yep.
Like I say, I keep saying it here for the last couple of weeks that, Crispy asked to review a trade, one of my trades, and we looked at it live. And I was embarrassed to see that I was bailing out on consolidation. It wasn't pullbacks. It was consolidation. I didn't even realize it, right? I got out for whatever reason, but there was no real reason to get out of the trade. And I was giving up all kinds of money. So I stopped doing that, right? I've seen what the issue was, declared what the issue was, and then I declared what the solution to that issue was going to be. And I have greatly, greatly improved that. I don't get out on consolidations now. So, all right. And what else we got here? Okay, and YD, you are correct about the bond auctions. So RTY continues to drop here. Did I not enter this trade? Did I get stopped out? What's going on here? I thought I moved my stop up.
Might have.
Did I? I don't know. See, that's why I was talking. I don't pay attention. That's why. That's okay. It's not real money. But see, I entered a trade once or twice there and didn't even look at it after I entered it because I'm looking around like a bobblehead doll in the back window of a car. All right. So, all right, let's look at ES. I'm sure it looks like this similar, right? Slight pull down, right? Ooh, a little news blurb. What's this going to tell us? Wall Street sinks as Treasury yields surge. See right there. Look at that. All right, there's a news headline. Oh, we already figured that out on our own, right? Why? Because we get trained on those type of things at AmericanDreamTrading.com.
I love it when those little news things pop up. It's like, yeah, that was like 10 minutes ago. Where you been?
Yeah. Yeah, well, this was an hour ago, to be honest.
Yeah.
I think that's what it said. Anyway, speaking of our Diamond membership, I'm going to play you a video here, and it doesn't say Diamond membership because that's not what this video was created for. The Diamond membership includes all of our memberships that we have. Premium, VIP, VIP Gold, Crypto, and also Futures, all in one package. And all the a la carte things that we offer, etc. So I'm going to play this video. It doesn't say Diamond specifically, but everything you see in this video, which is actually talking about each one of our individual memberships and some of our a la carte products that we have, is all included in this Diamond membership. And it also includes everything that we may create in the future. We are having new products getting released here in a bit. So let me play this for you. It takes about, I don't know, 5 minutes maybe. Pay attention, everything is in here. It is describing each individual membership and its benefits to you. But the real benefit to you is having the Diamond membership that pays for all of these into one easy payment of $5,000. One and done, never ever pay again. So I'm going to go ahead and play this for you. Again, TikTok, if you really want to see this, you need to go to our YouTube channel, American Dream Trading. You will not be able to hear the audio or anything from this. I will slide it over in front of you so that you can at least see it. But again, you're just going to have to read subtitles or go over to our YouTube channel, American Dream Trading. So here's Coach talking about some of our membership packages. And again, everything that you see is automatically included in the Diamond membership package.
So if you guys are interested in joining us, head on over to AmericanDreamTrading.com. You guys can sign up for our free Discord or one of our paid membership. Our first paid membership that we have is our regular premium membership. With that, you guys will get access to our Zoom. Inside of our Zoom, you will have a live open microphone. You will get live training and trading starting at around 8:45 until market close every day at 4 p.m. when the market is open. You guys will also receive the hot stock pick, the pre-market setup where we go over strategic levels of certain key different stocks throughout the day you can use, and also at the opening of the bell. As a regular paid member, you will also get the IPO Center, so any new and exciting IPOs that come out, you will get them first, plus all the videos on demand. We have around 11 videos to help you get started on your journey with us here at American Dream Trading. They'll go over things like day trading, swing trading, covered calls, cash secured puts, the wheel option strategy, our 2-minute EWO strategy that I have designed and developed from being in the stock market over 33 years. When you're ready to step it up, you can join our VIP membership. By the way, the premium membership starts at $200 a month. The VIP membership starts at $500 a month. With the VIP membership, you guys will get access to early training and trading starting at 4 a.m. to 4 p.m. That's 12 hours of access to us with some of our self-made millionaires, mentors. And then you'll get training with me starting around 8 o'clock every single day. You guys will get the VIP lounge, all the workshop classes. We put on a workshop class once per month. You will get all of the previous workshop classes and any future workshop classes as long as you're a paid member. You'll also get all the VIP training videos. We have over 50 beginner and advanced videos to help your journey. We also have the TradingView indicators. These are an overlay indicator system that goes on top of TradingView. It will require a subscription, which is about $15 a month. This is my 2-minute EWO strategy. You guys can use this with stock, options, futures, and crypto. If you're a VIP member and you want to step it up to our highest level that we have right now, which is VIP Gold, you can do that for an additional $250 a month. Now, with all of our services, you can buy monthly, quarterly, semi-quarterly, or annual, and sometimes we have lifetime deals on these, so make sure you guys are watching for deals. With the VIP Gold, you guys are going to get all the mastermind classes for free, and we have another one coming up. I will let you know when that is coming. You'll also get 1 hour of tech support where we can remote in and look at your systems and help you get set up with your charts, etc. This is not a one-on-one, but this is to help you get started if you need it. We also have weekend training every Saturday at 11 a.m. If you guys have busy lives and schedules and your jobs, right, are always in the way of you trying to get training, well, we have weekend training. We also have the VIP Gold Lounge access, the VIP Gold Priority Help Desk support. We have our news service where we're giving daily and weekly outlooks of the news. We also have breakout rooms every Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 11 a.m. with our other self-made millionaires and mentors, so make sure you guys check that out. Everything inside of the VIP room is recorded, so all of these sessions are recorded for you, including all the training that I had mentioned before. You can catch all of this in the replays only for VIP Gold members, so if you have busy lives, everything is recorded for you. Of course, we have other things inside of the VIP Gold, like the 90-day 30-day challenge, the debt-free challenge where we're helping you to become debt-free, and our brand new in beta live Apple chat where you guys can watch one of our moderators, David over there, live trade Apple with the 2-minute EWO strategy that I have designed and developed. He has made currently at this time as of December 2024, he is over $320,000 in profits that he has made using this strategy over the last 2 years. We also have our brand new futures membership. You guys will start getting training for futures from noon to 4 p.m. every day, and all the training videos, terminology, everything you need to get started in futures with our futures membership. With the futures membership, you guys also get the trading view indicators. So those are only available to VIP and futures members. Some of our a la carte services you guys can get, you can get a one-on-one with a moderator. We have all of our training videos like the mastermind classes, how to grow a small account part 1 and 2 when it's released, but you guys can buy those from our website. You guys can also get inside of our mentorship program. Our mentorship program is $500 a month. You will sit with me every Thursday at 11 a.m. Eastern for an hour in a small, intimate group where we can go over larger items or just get you kickstarted, right? Can be IRAs, 401ks, SEP, anything you guys want to talk about, swing trading, day trading, right? Anything that you guys want to get inside of that room. It's just like having a one-on-one with me every single week. And again, those are all of our products and services you guys can get at any time by going to AmericanDreamTrading.com.
And there you go. There's basically, well, not basically, that was everything that's included in the Diamond membership, plus any other products that we come out with in the future. So those are all included in there, all in one easy package, one-time pay, never ever pay again for anything as long as you shall live, for $5,000 one time, one and done, never think about it again. Again, the mentorship class alone with Coach for 1 hour per week every week is $6,000. Yeah, you should be able to hear me now. Oh yeah, well, audio, yes, Ray. Had you been here earlier? I have my iPad pointed at the screen. If you want the full screen view, you'll have to go over to our YouTube channel, American Dream Trading. We'll have a solution to that hopefully in the next week or two. That maybe we get our TikTok back to full screen because I use a different operating system than what Coach does. So get over there and grab that Diamond membership. I don't know what you're waiting on. I don't know what else to tell you, what other information. Unless you have a question, feel free to ask it down there in the social media chats. Okay. Well, Nick over there says, Mark, I need help. I lost X amount of dollars today. I'm confused about what I'm doing wrong. Paper trading was easy. Yes, it is easy because you don't have any skin in the game. It's not a psychological thing. I'm just trying to figure out what I'm doing wrong. Well, I will tell you that there is a huge difference between paper trading because you will trade it in no matter how much you try, you will treat a paper trading account differently than you would when you have real money in your account. Sounds like you need some more training. Do not be trading with real money until you get some more training, right? That's okay. Losing money is part of the deal. But if you're losing that much money, which I won't say out loud, but you do have it typed publicly over there on YouTube, but that's okay. I would highly recommend you stop doing what you're doing until you do know what it is that you did wrong today that caused you to lose that. We were making money left and right here today at American Dream Trading because we're trained up. We know what we're doing pretty much, right? Does that mean we always do what we know we're supposed to do? Of course not, right? We're still human. We don't get in good entries. We don't exit when we should sometimes. We break Coach's rules. I can't resolve your issue over a chat without seeing what trade you were in, what time you entered, and all that stuff. What were you thinking about when you entered it? That does come with paid membership. We train and trade all day long here at AmericanDreamTrading.com. So I'm going to just say, okay, if you don't want to think it's psychological, but I can guarantee you part of it is that you're making some mechanical errors, or not understanding what it is you are seeing, right? So And we do all struggle. We all go through that. It's part of learning. And that's why we encourage you never to use real money until you're 100% sure you know what you're doing, right? That way, you're not training with real money. You don't want to practice with real money. Until you know that you know that you know and you're knower that you know that you know, do not use real money. If you're just starting out, you shouldn't even use real money for months, if not 6 months. Longer you can go, the better. The training will take care of that for you. I hope you'd understand. We had, would it be safe to say that we had a member that we all love and adore, that I like to give a hard time to because I know that person can do it and has the intelligence to do it and is a strong individual and understands what they are. But that person was struggling, I remember today. So we actually did some training today live, why it happened, right? And we discussed why we were doing what we were doing while it was happening. And that member is very open about the mistakes that person makes, right? And we all supported that person, and hopefully that person and our paid member will be able to take those life lessons today in trading and apply it in trading tomorrow, right? So it's precipice upon precipice, principle upon principle, right? Slowly figure out what you are doing wrong and engineer that out of your trading. So proof's in the pudding. That person ended up green for the day. I'm not going to say who it is. All our paid members that were in here and are in here now know who I'm talking about. So I'm excited to see the growth that I know is there and is coming out and will be here before that person even knows it. Matter of fact, that person's not in here at the moment, and I understand why. So had to leave. Okay, I didn't want to say that. I'm not going to say the person's name, but hopefully, just because of that, what we did today, another light bulb went off. Right, recognizing what was going on with their trading. So it's a very rewarding thing when we help each other because we all go through it. We all make the same dumb mistakes. We're all uneducated. Doesn't mean we're stupid. Just means we're uneducated, right? We don't know what we think we know, right? Sometimes. And that comes with time and experience also. But you need to make sure you're trained up and do not trade any more real money, right? Unless you can have a green trade every single time for weeks on end. Well, you won't always have a green trade, but more greens than reds. Let's put it that way. High percentage. Then that means you're not quite ready yet, right? You may have thought you were, and unfortunately, it cost you money to find out that you weren't. So don't. It's normal. We all been there, done that, still do that, right? So that's part of it, unfortunately. And I've been there. I did a mistake once. It cost me. It was an $8,000 lesson, right? That I lost $8,000 in one trade one time, right? I knew not to do what I did, but I did it anyway, and I paid a financial penalty for it. You think $8 wasn't hard to swallow? Well, it sure was, right? Basically curled up in a ball for 3 days. Woe is me, right, for being an idiot. But, and that part of that was, well, a big part of that was I didn't have the training and the experience I needed at the time when I did that. And even though I understood the basics of what I was doing, I was doing hopium and things like that. So don't get discouraged. You will get there little by little. Whenever you can get, with that training, with that money you lost today, you could have had a membership for that money. And I'm not exaggerating. But it's gone. There's nothing you can do about it. It was a trade. It's gone. Tomorrow's a new day. The next trade's a new trade, right? You just got to move on for it. You need to journal what you did, what you thought you saw, and what actually happened, right? Kind of thing. Evaluate, go back and look. You can look at your trading records, okay? And it'll tell you exactly what you got in at what price and all that. It'll show you that in your trading records, and you can go back and pinpoint exactly where you got in on your chart by doing that. So please do not trade with any more real money, right? Yeah, you did 6 months pay and felt good, right? That's fine. And, all of a sudden you started doing bad. I'm telling you, when you make that transition from paper to real money, you get the butt pucker effect. You treat it differently. You may not think you are, but you do. If you don't believe me, I can show you right now. We have 56 live members in here. Live members. There's no dead members in here. We have 60 paid members that are currently still in this room on our live Zoom call. I can have each one of them open a mic and tell you themselves whether there was a big difference from switching to paper to real money. If they didn't have that, I call it the butt pucker effect. You got real money on the line. You will trade it differently no matter what you think. You will. You'll do things that you didn't think you would do because now you have skin in the game. But for me, it sounds like you just need more time and training, right? Anybody can paper trade, right? If you screw up, big deal, right? You see me do it here, right? I trade paper trading. And I show you things not to do for real on purpose, right? Just to show you what happens if you jump in too soon or you wait too long or whatever, right? And you've seen me fail at trades here in real time also. You see me make mistakes on entry when I should have never got in. And I pointed that out after the fact, right? Well, the futures membership itself is $250 a month, $4,000 for the lifetime. And if you're going to go that route, you might as well just get the diamond membership for $5,000. That gets you all the trading. But you can do monthly for $250, I believe it is right now. That would be just for futures only, but it would get you everything you see on my screen also. But you have to get other than the Trading View subscription, you have to get that on your own. That has nothing to do with American Dream Trading, but that indicator only works with Trading View, and that's another 15 or 20 bucks a month basically, plus the live data you got to pay for. There's all little incidentals that you have to get. So yeah, you show up here regularly, Nick. You see what we talk about, right? Yes, I am just some random dude on the internet, but I don't know if what I said makes sense to you. I don't believe any reason to believe that we're trying to scam you here, right? You'll have people argue against paid memberships. Well, that's fine. Go ahead and watch for free, right? You're very limited on what you're going to learn as far as that goes. And it's up to you. It's all your point of view. But with the information that you'll get with a paid membership, it just opens up other doors for you. Do we guarantee you're going to be successful if you're a paid member? Absolutely not. I can guarantee you 100% failure, though. That I can guarantee you. And what do I mean by that? If you come in here and buy a subscription package, and you don't want to come in with an empty cup, listen to the sound of coaches' voices, follow coaches' rules. I said voices, didn't I? Coach's voice, listen to his training and his investment strategies. If you break the rules, you might as well just take that $250 a month for the futures membership and flush it down your toilet because it'll have the same value. So when you're ready, and I see you said you're going to do it, but before you pull the trigger, think about it now, right? If you're ready to pull the trigger, we'll welcome you with open arms, but please come in with an empty cup and really just pay attention, learn, listen, take notes, watch available training materials and stuff we have, etc. So that's up to you, whatever type you want. Again, the diamond gets you everything. Really, the best overall training is in our stock. It's in our VIP Gold Complete. That gets you all kinds of training, but doesn't include the futures membership. The diamond includes everything. So think about it. But if you do come in, we don't even want you do not trade real money when you come in here. You're going to start green. You may have paper trade for 6 months and picking up tidbits on this live, but you're just seeing the tip of the iceberg. So we want you to succeed. We do not want you to trade real money. All right. So we got you. If you're willing to participate and come in with an open mind and empty cup, we can help steer you. Now, we can't make you click your mouse. We can't stop you from trading real money, right? We can't tell you to get in and out of a trade at certain times, but we'll educate you so that you do know. And it takes time. It's not going to happen overnight. So you have to be patient and learn and listen. And I can assure you, we will offer some of the best training on the planet here at AmericanDreamTrading.com. Check it out. All right. Okay. What else do we have? Operator standing by, Nick. I don't know if they're still standing by. I did see Miranda in here earlier over on TikTok. If you go in, you can you got to join the free Discord. You're going to need the Discord anyway, because that's how we communicate with each other. So go over and sign up for the free Discord. Make sure that you use the same email for everything that you sign up for at American Dream Trading. Don't use 3 or 4 different emails. Use one single email. Go in there and get that Discord. If you already have a Discord, okay, use your same email to register with American Dream Trading, okay? Makes it a lot simpler because people come in, they have 3 emails and 3 different passwords, and they can never remember which one they did, and it's a real pain in the neck trying to figure it out. So try to use one email for everything if you would. If you're in Discord already, please use that email. It'll simplify your life, believe me, and ours, quite frankly. Good. All right, Nick. Tell them you heard about us on the live so we know who you are in case you have a different username. Miranda, are you still in the house? You can type a 1 in there if you are. I don't see her. She was on TikTok earlier. Doug, you're in the house. I don't know if Doug's probably busy. Well, no, he's busy over there in the YouTube live.
Yeah, what do you need?
Doug or somebody will meet you there. So if you want to go in to the free Discord, and we can help hook you up that way. Or you can just follow instructions and do it yourself.
Well, I've got the links to the futures memberships posted in there as well. So.
Oh, yes. Okay, good. Yeah, just click on that.
Yep.
There you go. Just make sure you click on the right one. Make sure you read. Make sure you are clicking on the right membership when you get to the checkout. Okie doke. Let's see what else.
Yeah, either one of those links will lead you to the checkout, and then you can just choose whichever duration you're looking for.
Yep. Join the Discord first. That way you got that under your belt. That way, if you get an issue, we can communicate with you through the Discord, because that's the only way we, other than the paid membership, that's the only way we speak via typing in the Discord.
Yeah. When you join that free membership, you're going to get an email, and make sure you follow the email instructions, verify your account so that we know you're not a bot, and then say something in the stock lounge so I can help you with a help ticket and get you going.
Just say, hey, I'm looking for that dude, Doug.
That's right.
I owe him something.
Got something for you.
Yeah, I got something for you, buddy. All right. Congratulations on making that decision, Nick. You've been showing up every day as a regular watcher for free. So we're glad to see you take that step. Right. So she says, I got burned $10,000 today on longs. Should I hold? Should you hold what? I don't know. That doesn't tell me anything. Well, number one, I couldn't tell you to buy or to hold anyway, because neither I or anyone else associated with American Dream Trading are licensed financial advisors, and as such, we can never give you financial, investment, or tax advice. If you want us to look at a trade, we can do that, but I can't tell you when to buy or sell or any of that stuff. That's what our training provides, so that you can make that decision on your own in the best educated way possible, right? So, yeah, we just don't say, yeah, buy here, buy there, sell here. We don't do that. We are not a call-out group, all right? And you're asking a general question without specifying what it is you're talking about on longs or shorts. So I have no idea even what you're talking about. So, anyway, all right. Nick says once he gets paid, he'll get the membership. Said he appreciates our help. Well, go over and grab the free Discord if you haven't already, Nick. That'll get that way. That's all set up, one and done. And matter of fact, you can kick the tires in there and talk to people in there in our stock lounge. That'll get you going to start with.
And there's a bunch of free content in there to get you going as well. So
yeah, even on futures, there's free access in there. So
yeah,
some
videos,
videos,
terms, some videos.
All right. So that's your first step. Get that taken care of, and that way you're in there. Doesn't cost you a dime. It's totally free. So congratulations on making that decision when you're able to do it financially. All right.
Looking forward to seeing you in the membership. That'll be fun.
It's exciting to see people that are here every day finally realize, hey, it's time for me to up my game, right? So anyway. Let's see. Yes, double top. Let's go. I'm on. Yes, it's approaching a double top. I'm going to wait. If I wasn't already in this trade, I'm going to wait for a break and hold above this 58.75 level. And it just so happens to be the 55s there. That will also help it travel up to the next double top. Again, it is power hour. It's the last 20 minutes of the day. things are going to get volatile. It can go down just as fast as it can go up.
Spicy.
Check it out. All right, who else is going to join Nick and get one of the memberships? Now's the time. While they're having that promotion, the price is going to go up here shortly. The promos will be removed. So, best time of the day? Yes, it can be if you know what you are doing, Wall Street. However, Coach highly advises our members never to trade in the power hour, especially the last 15 minutes of a day, nor in the first half hour of the day. Lifetime price for just a futures membership is $4,000 right now with that special promo. For $1,000 more, you can get lifetime and everything with that diamond membership, which that's the one that's going to go away, as are all the lifetimes. But you can get the lifetime futures, you can get the lifetime crypto for $4,000 each. You can buy the one diamond and get crypto and futures and the gold VIP and the premium one, all for one price. The VIP gold itself is $8,000 for a lifetime. That's actually the one that provides you the best. And workshop classes, breakout rooms, mentorship class with the coach, which is $6,000 a year.
That's
so really
the one, Mark.
$50,000 value. So
mastermind classes. That's
mastermind. I always forget that one.
Yep. Those are incredible. Once a month, you get to sit in a room, small group of people with coach. It's amazing.
Mm-hmm. So there's just, I mean, it's getting to the point now. It's really hard to be at all of them. It really is.
No.
That's how expansive we've got. Not to mention the 2,000 absolutely free videos, training videos. They're not a bunch of fluff. They're actually training videos over for free over on our YouTube channel, American Dream Trading. Just for free. We put them out there. There's things about the 2-minute EWO trading strategy. There's all kinds, you name it, it's over there. All for free.
We've got gold.
Spend the next 2 years watching all them things.
Gold breakout classes that happen 3 times a week. They're all recorded. You can go through and watch the last year and a half of those. The mentorships are an hour plus long. You can watch all of those. It's nuts.
It is. I haven't even seen them all. I haven't been able to make it to a mentorship class forever. I'm so far behind. Now I can watch them anytime I want to. I just busy. Just don't have the time right now.
I used to play them in the background on 1.5 speed, so I can listen to them while I'm doing other stuff.
Yeah, I've done that a few times while writing the newsletters.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyhow, but what I find is I'll hear something, but then I'm not really paying attention. And I miss the whole point sometimes. Dave, got your hand up. One of our paid members. What's up, Dave?
I just have to say to anybody on the fence, I'm already loving my new diamond status here on American Dream Trading.com.
And Dave is a long-term buy and hold investor in his heart, and that's his main investment strategy. But he knows he's learned how to do other things. Short-term trading, day trading, swing trading, all those things since joining American Dream Trading. You can teach an old dog new tricks. Dave is living proof of that. He will always be older than me. Even though today is my birthday, he is
happy birthday.
Happy birthday. He will always be older than me. So, and if you could teach that guy anything, you can teach anybody. Believe me, I've been hanging out with Dave for a couple of years. If you can teach him something, you can teach anybody. If you can teach me how to do this, you can teach anybody. Because
hey,
I
Mark,
am not the brightest bulb in the pack.
Mark, I came in with an empty brain. Does that count?
Well, me too. I didn't know nothing. I didn't know nothing, honey. And I come in and with an open cup and learned and embraced everything Coach teaches. Now, 2.5 years later, I'm killing it in my bank account now.
You are
some things that I had never envisioned in my life, right? So
you are one of the best traders in the world.
That makes me so uncomfortable hearing people say that. I'm just an ordinary muck that's embraced what Coach teaches and applied it. And that means if I can do it, anybody can do it. If you just put the time in and do it.
To that end, Mark, people say he's a natural, but it takes a lot of work to become natural.
There's no natural anything.
Hard work.
Right.
Takes a lot of hard work to get to the level you want to get to.
It does. Just like playing guitar. You'll hear some of these guys play guitar. Eddie Van Halen. What you don't know about Eddie Van Halen, I mean, look how he wailed on a guitar while he was alive. Sounded like he was just naturally gifted. He wasn't. You know what he did do? He always had a guitar in his hand 24 hours a day. He slept with his guitar. Anytime he didn't do anything else but play guitar 24 hours a day. As much as he could play that, he always had his guitar in his hand and he was always playing it because he wanted to master it. He had a goal. He wanted to do that. It didn't come overnight. He wasn't born with that skill, right? Yes, we see child prodigies that you plop them in front of a piano and they're playing Mozart 2 minutes later. Yeah, those things happen, but not for most of us, right? We have to put in the work. And we
You
make
know,
it look
Mark,
easy sometimes, right? But it's not. It's only appears easy because you're watching somebody that now knows what they did, but what you don't see is the journey and the 12-hour days that we were putting in, right, to get there, right? Didn't happen overnight.
you know, Mark, you say guitar, and I have to say Carlos Santana.
Oh, I love Carlos. I've seen him live twice, 40 years apart. Believe it or
40
not.
years apart.
Seen him back in 80, and then I seen him in whatever it was, 2010, 2015, something like that. Again, wasn't even that long ago, was it? Yeah, it might be 5, 6 years ago. Also seen the Doobie Brothers twice. I've seen, we're not here to talk about my concert experience. I've had some great ones that I've been to. AC/DC back in the day, back in Black Album. Oh, yeah. Of course, my favorite of all time, Pink Floyd. I've been to 3 of their concerts in my lifetime. That is my favorite band. And that's who I will listen to forever. And that's why David Gilmour is the reason I wanted to play guitar. Unfortunately, I didn't start playing the guitar until I was 50, believe it or not. I didn't play a stringed instrument my entire life till I turned 50. One day I just got tired of it and said, I want to play guitar. My wife said, I'm tired of hearing you talk about it. And let's find a guitar store. And that's what we did that very moment. Found one in the local town we were in. Not our town, but found one. There was one there. Walked in and said, I want a guitar. What do you got? And I still have that guitar. Matter of fact, it's about 25 feet away from me as I speak. My very first guitar I'll never sell. Well, I won't sell any of my stuff. And now I have about every guitar you can think of, every style. So love it. My wife and I both play. So anyhow, enough about me, my favorite subject. Me. What else we got question-wise? Who else is grabbing that membership? Oh, let's see. What do we got? Special. Here comes the pool, Wall Street says. Where's the pool at, Wall Street? I don't see it. Where's the pool? What are you talking about? What pool? Oh, now you're saying buy a spy strangle. Well, we don't do that here either. We don't call out what we're going to do. But yeah, if you want to do that kind of play, that's up to you. All right, Jeannie says, may have missed if answered already. Well, what was the question? Jeannie C, 94 over on TikTok Live. I don't see your question unless I missed it. You want to retype your question and there, I'll be more than happy. Wall Street says, do I trade MOC? I have no idea what MOC is. That a stock or is that a futures? If it's a futures, I can say no, I don't even know what it is. What is MOC? Is that something I could type here and trade MOC? I don't know. Mosaic Minerals Corporation, is that what you're asking there, Wall Street? If that's the answer, is no, I do not. Never heard of it. Doesn't mean it's bad or anything, just I've never heard of it personally. All right. I will give you guys a heads up. Next week, well, actually starting Saturday, I will be on vacation. So as far as I understand, there will be no live broadcast next week for the Futures Training and Education. However, market is also closed on Monday for Memorial Day, so there will be no broadcast that day anyway. And I will be on vacation returning the following Monday. So just a heads up, I will not be here next week. I'll be here the rest of the week though. So just so you know, if you're sitting around waiting on your notification to go off, probably ain't going to happen. So, market on close. Oh, is that what that means, Jay? Okay, thank you for that education. Never heard that term. Do I trade this time of the day? No. Have I? Yes, I have. Have I done it and made money? Yes, I have. but I don't trade this time of the day. It's not my, I try to follow coach's rules, and one of his rules is not to trade during the power hour if you're an inexperienced trader. Do I have the experience now that I could trade? Yes. But why do I want to put my account at risk at the most volatile time of the day? Can I go on here? You've seen me, if you've been here more than twice, you've seen me trade during this time period, and I can assure you I can trade this and make money. Very much so. Right now, I will get in this trade and show you a point. If it breaks and holds above this regression channel line here, I will enter that trade, and I can make money on it. I will assure you. Oh, that's Bitcoin. I ain't trading Bitcoin. Heck with Bitcoin. Not that I couldn't trade Bitcoin, but I'm not going to. Which one do you want me to trade? You name one, I'll trade it. Don't care which one it is. Name it. Name it. One of the indices. Which one do you want there, Wall Street? Come on, I like a good challenge. Yes, everybody have a good holiday weekend. Thank you there, Mr. Gotham. I will trade this if it breaks above this level right here, breaks and holds above. I will trade this also. I can jump in that trade with one click of a button. Okay. But I'm not going to jump in this trade just because I think it might pop all of a sudden at the end of the thing. I'm going to wait for a reason to jump into the trade. And I do not trade this because I try to follow coach's rules as much as I can. And one of his rules is don't trade in the final hour of the day, especially the last 15 minutes, right? We do not want to do that. It's not worth risking your account for a very brief moment in a total trading day. And that would be at the beginning of the day, market open, and at the very end of the day when market closes. No reason for it because I had 7 hours, 7.5 hours in between that to trade. There you go. Well, at least if nothing else there, Wall Street, I learned a new term today. Market on close, MOC. I had not heard that, to be quite honest with you. So, any you? What was the main factor of SPY pulling? You talking around that 1 o'clock-ish time or whatever? News. We had one of the world leaders, meaning our own, opened his pie hole today at a White House meeting with a foreign dignitary, and things must have been said. Also, probably the main driving factor on top of that was we had the bond auction market like they always do. Came out and the interest rates were paid higher on the long-termer bonds. So people are going to flee the market to go buy bonds because the interest rates went up over 5% for the first time in a while. So that was probably the main single driving force because around 1 o'clock, that's, I believe it was when that bond auction was. I can show you that right here on just Trading View. 30-year bond went from 3.54 to 3.698. The 20-year bond at 1 o'clock auction went from 4.8 to 5.104. So a substantial increase in payout. So people were going to leave the stock markets to put money into guaranteed money there. So it would be that. So that was probably the single driving force. But you mix that with Mr. T opening his mouth, people just hang on every word, right? Whether it's merited or not. Dave, you got another question, comment, sir? What can we do for you?
I was just wondering, is Richard's bond class? It was recorded.
Yes,
How
sir.
would I go about finding that?
That will be on a video demands in the VIP, probably futures section. I don't have it up in front of me right now, but I think that's where it's at. VIP video on demands under futures.
So I can go look for Richard or
Yeah,
bond?
you'll see it. You'll see the video. It has his picture on it.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. Very interesting.
Good rest of your birthday day.
Thank you.
And a good vacation if I don't talk to you.
About 5 minutes, I'm going to be throwing some different clothes on and going and eat me a big old fat juicy steak.
All right.
Can't wait.
You have a good one, sir.
Been waiting all day for that. So I do appreciate everybody being here today. We are live here at AmericanDreamTrading.com 3 times daily. Coach is live from 9 to 11 Eastern Time, Monday through Friday. And I'm live here Monday through Friday from 2 to 4 p.m. Eastern Time. And then at 5 o'clock, we have the Aftermarket Show with our lovely host, Dawn, over on our YouTube channel, American Dream Trading. You can find that there each and every day. And as usual, upon conclusion of each of our live broadcasts, they are available immediately for review and to watch at your leisure at a later time if you happen to miss one on our YouTube channel, American Dream Trading. So check that out. Again, the time is running out on these promos that Coach is running, especially that Diamond $5,000 pay once, never pay again membership. Eventually, he's going to say that's it. The doors are closed. They're never going to be offered again. And you're going to look back with regret. Man, I wish I got that membership. So if you can find a way to get that Diamond membership, which is our all-inclusive, I played the video earlier today. You can go back and watch that on YouTube if you like. The video I play includes everything in the Diamond membership that's shown on there on all the individuals. So check that out. Time is running out quickly. Doug has also put the links that you can check there for all the individual memberships, the $1,000 free drawing. Now, again, these comments, do not show up in the YouTube videos until 24 hours have passed. So if you go to rewatch this after conclusion, you won't be able to see the chat. It don't show up. I think it's 24 hours before it starts showing up on the videos. So you won't be able to view that. So do her now if you can. All else fails, do the best, easiest thing, and that is to go to AmericanDreamTrading.com. Scroll down about halfway down our page, like I'm hoping that Nick did. Get that free Discord. It's simple, it's easy. Get you instant access into our stock lounge where you can interact with other paid members and free members. Ask questions about stocks, trading, have discussions, interact with other members in general, just being a generally nice person. There's also an educational area for free members also that have some videos in there not available off the site there. Videos and documents you can look for. There's some discount channels. Heck, if you want to buy a new Tesla, there's a discount in there for that because Coach loves Teslas and he owns and has owned multiple ones. So he has an affiliate link there that you can save, what is it, like $2,000, $3,000 or something? I haven't looked at it lately. It's a couple $1,000s, I believe, off a new Tesla.
Something like that.
Yeah, so go check that out. There's all kinds of things in there. Wide range of things. Totally free. Can't beat free. It's always been free, always will be free. Not going to change. Get in there, kick the tires. If you don't like what you see, it only takes one button click to exit out of the Discord permanently. And you can be on your merry way and no hard feelings, right? All right. So, QBacks, we answered that question why the markets tanked because of the bond markets and Mr. T talking with a foreign dignitary. Most likely the bond market sold today at 1 o'clock or a substantially higher interest rate payout. So people got excited, pulled their money out of the stocks and went running and putting it into bonds. Do I think it'll bounce back tomorrow? I have no opinion. I try to not form a bias. I trade the trade that's in front of me. I don't care whether the stock market goes up, down, or sideways. Why? Because Coach teaches us how to make money when the markets go up. He teaches us how to make money when the market goes down. And he even educates us on how to make money when the market goes sideways. All you got to do is listen to the sound of his voice, embrace what he's teaching, embrace his trading strategy. You too can react to the market no matter what it's doing. We trade the trade that's in front of us. We don't try to guess what it's going to do. So I don't care what it's going to do. Matter of fact, I love it when it goes down. It's not good for people's 401ks, but I like trading downsides, but I don't care. I'll trade whatever's in front of me. So I thank you all for being here today. Make sure anybody you run into for the rest of today that you would leave a lasting positive feelings with them, because you never know what's behind that smile, that person you're talking to. They could be ready to just end it all, and you might be that person to encourage them and give them hope in life. So always be that beacon of hope and positivity as you get around people. We will see you same time, same bat channel tomorrow. And thank you for being here today. See ya.